Best Practices in SBM Implementation in Schools Division of Laguna, Basis for Policy Recommendation. Research Problem. What are the different SBM best practices implemented in the Schools Division of Laguna as the basis for policy recommendation? Research question. 1. What is the mean level of SBM best practices implemented in the Schools Division of Laguna as the basis for policy recommendation? 2. Is there a significant relationship between the level of the best practices in the Schools Division of Laguna to SBM implementation as a basis for policy recommendation? Nordstrom, 2016, says that to improve quality in education, reconsider the true definition of a good teacher. Rethinking what we consider to be effective teaching and how we facilitate it is an integral part of ensuring students receive a quality education. Quizuming, 2012, backs this up when she said quality of education is dependent on the quality of leadership and management style among administrators and school officials. Personal integrity and professional competence, efficiency, effectiveness and credibility are criteria which make an educational leader acceptable. Given the above discussion, the researcher wishes to find out skills needed to enhance among school managers. Good schools are driven by teachers, principals, and heads of school who are passionate about making a difference in the lives of the children in their care. However, the challenges of 21st-century global and technological advances have placed school leaders and teachers under more pressure than ever before. Meyer, 2012. Governance of Basic Education or the Promulgation of Republic Act 9155 greatly recognized the important role of the school heads in handling administrative and managerial tasks. The basic principle of their management policy is based on competency, responsibility, and accountability, responsibilities being empowered to him/her. Andrew, 2013, said that school heads should facilitate conditions for effective teaching by training and motivating teachers, providing instructional materials, evaluating pupil achievement and teachers' performance. Horbes, 2012, said that management greatly affects the performance of the school. Leaders are influenced by managerial competence through their immeasurable dedicated services. According to Doumbia, 2013, education is knowledge gain. It gives us knowledge of the world around us and changes it into something better. Barr, 2020, investigated how a population perceives the threat of an influenza pandemic, and what was their preparedness to comply with specific public health behaviors in the event of pandemic influenza. As cited by Alfonso, 2014, managerial skills of school heads, derived from their status and work environment, are very important in fulfilling tasks and responsibilities. Strong, 2014, says that performance evaluation was historically assigned to reflect human performance. According to Peters, 2013, performance evaluation is the continuous process of giving employees feedback and other information about how well they are doing their work for the organization. It can be conducted informally on a day-to-day basis. As stated by Diamante, 2017, the most important aspect of performance management is measuring performance. Achievement simply refers to the result of the evaluation conducted after undergoing a particular training or course of study. Levin, 2014. Schemer-Hun, 2015, mentioned that the most common performance indicator is standardized test results. Standardized intended to measure student comprehension about others. In theory, effective schools will have students who score proficient on standardized tests. According to Munchenki, 2013, many parents and other citizens in government, policymakers, and scholars define organizational effectiveness narrowly. They equate school effectiveness with academic achievement. Although most acknowledge other criteria, they typically ignore schools' role in developing creativity, self-confidence, aspirations, and expectations, all of which are needed for future success in school and adult life. Rev. 2015, opines that the assessment of learning refers to periodic assessment to determine if learning is occurring. Adriatico, 2014, also mentions that school administrators must work well with the stakeholders and the community populace. Lork, 2012, reveals that a large part, perhaps all, of an executive's job has something to do with how he manages the group. According to Zidon, 2012, professional growth can be obtained through participation in service activities. Gross, 2002, suggested that seminars or workshops should be provided for heads and administrators. Such a kind of training can help manage the basic skills needed for proper administration. Canadian Journal of Education, 2012, underlines the importance of having a high-quality professional as based on the premise that administrators' excellence is vital to aim quality education, and as it is through seminars that the leaders attend. According to Harris, 2012, To meet this challenge, a new form of leadership and management has emerged to achieve organizational goals and enhance productivity. According to Hughes, 2014, a principal who is without the knowledge and skills in managing a school is like a sailboat rudder pushed to and fro with any prevailing wind. Supervisory skills such as managerial skills, time management skills, and human relations skills are just like seeds thrown in the wilderness if not nurtured by the leader, but when properly nurtured it pushes people to look forward to the attainment of the objectives, thus reaping greater production. Oliver, 2014. Wise use of time can make a difference. Salandanon, 2013, emphasized that good management is the key to smooth planned activities and time will determine how much of the objective could be accomplished. Proper timing therefore could sustain motivation and interest, resulting in students' active involvement in every class undertaking. Jackson, 2012, said that teaching time is an imperative element in planning and implementing any learning activity. Routine activities must be at the backdrop service, they will be undertaken anyway whatever methodology is to be followed. Reichheld, 2013, wrote that an important consideration for leaders and managers is building credibility and trust. Followers and subordinates want teachers or managers who are credible and whom they can trust and also trust. According to Newsmith, 2012, planning can become a management process, concerned with defining goals for a future direction and determining the missions and resources to achieve those targets. To meet the goals, managers may develop plans such as a business plan or a marketing plan. Clint, 2012, discussed that planning is the fundamental management function, which involves deciding beforehand what is to be done, when is it to be done, how it is to be done, and who is going to do it. Bill, 2012, said that the success of a school depends in large measure on the effectiveness of school administrators. Hopper, 2012, stated that planning is a first and foremost managerial function that provides the base for other functions of the management, i.e. organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling, as they are performed within the periphery of the plans made. According to Riley, 2012, planning focuses on defining the goals of the organization, identifying alternative courses of action, and deciding the appropriate action plan, which is to be undertaken for reaching the goals. Armstrong, 2013, said that planning is pervasive in the sense that it is present in all the segments and is required at all levels of the organization. Hughes, 2015, discussed that plans are made for a specific term, say for a month, quarter, year, and so on. Once that period is over, new plans are drawn, considering the organization's present and future requirements and conditions. Therefore, it is an ongoing process, as the plans are framed, executed, and followed by another plan. It is a mental exercise that it involves the application of mind, to think, forecast, imagine, intelligently innovate, etc. Polly, 2013. Clement, 2012, disclosed that in the process of planning we take a sneak peek of the future. It encompasses looking into the future, analyzing and predicting it so that the organization can face future challenges effectively. Brahm, 2014, stated that decisions are made regarding the choice of alternative courses of action that can be undertaken to reach the goal. The alternative chosen should be best among all, with the least number of negative and highest number of positive outcomes. Sloan, 2015, disclosed that planning is concerned with setting objectives, targets, and formulating plans to accomplish them. The activity helps managers analyze the present condition to identify the ways of attaining the desired position in the future. It is both the need of the organization and the responsibility of managers. Avery, 2014, said that planning is present in all types of organizations, households, sectors, economies, etc. We need to plan because the future is highly uncertain and no one can predict the future with 100% accuracy, as the conditions can change at any time. Hence, planning is the basic requirement of any organization for survival, growth, and success. Teachers play various roles in a typical classroom, but surely one of the most important is that of classroom manager. Effective teaching and learning cannot take place in a poorly managed classroom. Weber, 2013. According to the study conducted by Ledesma, 2017, teachers must be aware of the group or the ethnicity of the students for them to know what strategies to be used to adjust with them and know what classroom management style applies to them. Research synthesis. School-based management, SBM, is a strategy to improve education by transferring significant decision-making authority from the central office to individual schools. SBM provides principals, teachers, students, and parents greater control over the education process by giving them responsibility for decisions about the budget, personnel, and curriculum. Through the involvement of teachers, parents, and other community stakeholders in these key decisions, SBM can create more effective learning environments for children. This research does contribute to the development of my idea. Initially, the title was appealing to me because it seemed to refer to teaching methodologies which are my area of interest. However, after reading it, I realized that the findings were relevant especially in improving for the best and maintaining the good practices for a better quality of education. The school board continues to establish a clear and unifying vision and to set broad policies for the district and the schools. SBM does not change the legal governance system of schools, and school boards do not give up authority by sharing authority. The board's role changes little in conversion to SBM. School-based management, SBM, is a strategy to improve education by transferring significant decision-making authority from state and district offices to individual schools. SBM provides principals, teachers, students, and parents greater control over the education process by giving them responsibility for decisions about the budget, personnel, and curriculum. Through the involvement of teachers, parents, and other community members in these key decisions, SBM can create more effective learning environments for children. Proposed title: Best Practices in SBM Implementation in Schools Division of Laguna, Basis for Policy Recommendation. The general objective is to assess the level of SBM best practices implemented in the Schools Division of Laguna as the basis for policy recommendation. And specific objectives: to identify the different SBM best practices done by the Schools Division of Laguna as the basis for policy recommendation. To determine the relationship of best practices on SBM implementation.